Good evening, my beautiful friends here. Today, on a day where uranium, basically everything more or less, has gotten beaten down heavily, on the back of the CPI data coming out a lot harder than expected. Well, a lot harder might be an overstatement, but 0.1. But the Dixie rallied 0.878%. The 10-year rates up 3% into big resistance, and that obviously drags down gold, silver, uranium. Overall market is going to get hammered. And yeah, we will be looking into the uranium miners in Australia, down under the ASX. Again, they did all right last night, but I wouldn't I would be very surprised if they are not closing somewhat deeply in the red here in a few hours. They're opening in 2 hours, I think. So with that said, guys, always do your own due diligence and like and subscribe if you find my content interesting. And with that being said, let's dive in. As you can see here, the URNM down 3.5%, closing at the lows. I will make a short video on my view here, not on this layout here, but on a different one. So, but anyways, let's get into the business here. Australian uranium miners. If you have a ticker that you want to have in, let me know in the comments below. Then we can see if it makes if it can find the way into our little 12 stocks here, more or less. 92E. To me now, it's pretty obvious that we're going to retest this golden upper flag right there. I think we'll do it today, actually. So I think we will have a down day. From 0.52 down to roughly 0.48, right here retesting, and that's the big moment in time, really. Hopefully massive breakout, and then we will start to curl higher again. Again, the 30 weekly is coming up nicely, and I do think we just need some sort of just having a pause here before we eventually go higher. But yeah, let's see. Again, I'm pretty confident that when we open in 2 hours or so, that the closest for these stocks will be in the red. Again, why shouldn't they? Uranium miners, everything else, basically down big time here today. So our energy here, AEE, nothing new here. We're still in that sideways action here. I do think we can have that third touch now, given the fact that we will probably make a pretty nasty red candle now. And so I think we could actually get, that touch there at roughly 0.17. That wouldn't surprise me at all right now. And again, that should be the last buying opportunity before we go higher. Obviously, we want this one to hold. As long as it does, usually such a move leads to a move further higher. H, good old alligator energy. I like the name. It's vicious. Again, here you can see here coming into that red resistance all the way over there. The important thing right now, I want to zoom in here just a bit, is yes, we will probably have a red day. I would be insanely surprised if that didn't happen. As long as this green uptrend holds and the 30 weekly you can see right underneath it, then we're all good. A break of that, and then short term that will definitely be that will open up more downside targets, and then if that happens, we will look into potential targets. So as long as we're above here, we are still in a stage 2 incline. So nothing major, but look for that level roughly here at 0.06, and we are now at 0.068, so roughly 10%. Bannerman, looking at, we have made that huge breakout here again. Could it be that we're going in for that massive retest here? We are now at 3.5, and we could go all the way down just a tad below 3. I mean, that wouldn't surprise me, honestly, although the 30 weekly is coming up nicely here anyways. So again, I think that retest confirming the breakout, that is somewhat textbook, and that is somewhat to be expected. Again, you can often you buy the break or you buy the retest, or both, right? It's totally up to you. So again, we're still in a stage 2 incline given where we are according to the 30 weekly. So again, the long-term trend or the short midterm, let's call it midterm trend, is still way up. BOE, nothing new particular here, we are still above the previous 2007 all-time high. What was very bullish is that flagging down to the retest, and now we're bouncing up again here. You can see we're getting a tad stretched here from the 30 weekly. So again, hopefully just some sideways action before we go higher. Same thing, same story again. We are still in the stage 2 incline here. As long as we are above it, it's all fine. Nothing to worry about really. Same thing as here. You can see the stage 2 incline, and it took quite a long time before we went into the stage 3 sideways action, and then we continued stage 2. Deep yellow. I want to show roughly this, right? Again, we took out the 2021 highs there, and we are retesting now. So as long as that high holds, at roughly 1.36, it's all fine. Nothing to worry about. Again, so hopefully we just hold here. A weekly close below wouldn't be ideal. That would be a false breakout. Again, same thing again, 30 weekly is coming up nicely here. Still in a stage 2 incline. So yes, it will be a red day tomorrow. And yes, I do think we can go all the way from 1.48 down to 1.636, excuse me. I wouldn't be surprised if we see that tag there. So again, some short-term pressure definitely here on the uranium miners. Again, the overall market tanked big time, so it's not just the miners. Elevate, same thing as age. Alligator, again, massive breakout, retest, resumption. As long as this green uptrend holds, and the 30 weekly obviously is right here, right there. So again, nothing is to worry. Again, nothing is to be worried about. Again, if and when we break the 30 weekly and the green uptrend, that's a different scenario. But for now, you sit tight, even though you can have some vicious pullbacks in the stage 2 incline, as you can see all the way over here as well. In 2021, there was some pretty big, pullbacks in toward that 30 weekly moving average coming up here. Same thing here again. Hopefully we have, higher highs and higher lows. GUE, trying to retest here and having, a confirmed retest. Again, let's see how it holds now. When we open it in 1 or 2 hours here, can we really hold it? And then we have this blue triangle here coming out right there. You can actually extend it all the way up to here, but I will just have it hit there. Again, hopefully this is the breakout and we go sideways and then we blast higher. That will be the big, buy entry will be upon a break here on that upper blue. Then you can easily add in your stop loss. Your 30 weekly should be, coming up here, and yeah, then you are ready to go into the stage 2 incline. But for now, we're still in a stage 1 sideways price action right now. Paladin here, the long-term stuff, massively bullish. That golden trend line broke. The blue bull flag, excuse me, also broke higher. We tested the 2021 highs, got rejected, came up, and now we're above again. So yeah, it is extremely bullish still. Yes, tomorrow will be red. But again, we're in the stage 2 incline here, and until that gets taken out and proven otherwise, you just sit tight really. Even though tomorrow will be red, obviously. Well, not obviously, but that's, the highest probability. Pen here, still nothing new, coiling up here in that range, and we're just waiting for a break up to the upside, hopefully, because, nothing is set in stone. But again, we want this to break to the upside, then having the 30 weekly coming up, and then we are in a stage 2 incline. I do think the level to look for this stock here is actually that gap here. There it is. And then you can add it here and then just close the gap. So I think when and if we get above there, 0.165, that is when the big moves happen. So yeah, let's wait and see. SLX here again I want to show you this one actually. You do know this red rising wedge that we have here coming up, and now we broke out of the previous high here made, roughly 1 year ago. And now we're actually getting rejected there on the backside of that wedge, and now we're back below. So for now, this is actually a false breakout. This is a sign that we are probably going to have a detour, hopefully, and then we will, have some sort of cup and handle play here. This should be taken with a caution, that weekly candle there. And if we close below roughly this level here, maybe even as high as there, then definitely there will be some buying opportunities, maybe down to that level roughly right here, you know, that previous high. Again, 30 weekly is coming up as all the others, coming up nicely here, but again, we are very stretched from the 30 weekly. So again, a pullback in towards that trend line there maybe, and then having the 30 weekly coming up would be a great buying opportunity if that happens. But again, that's a few weeks out, you know, in early March, late, yeah, in like 2, 3, 4 weeks. Lotus haven't broken out of that red resistance yet. The golden breakout has happened with, as you know, a double retest and now resumption. And now we have, you know, the stage 2 breakout here, getting above that 30 weekly retest confirmation, and then breakout confirming the stage 2 incline. Still, we are in the stage 2 incline here, higher highs and higher weekly lows. Beautiful. So as long as that 30 weekly moving average is still below the price, it's basically just sit tight and be right, in my opinion. Big resistance coming in though, right here at that red resistance. When and if that gives in, that could open up, you know, a massive move to the upside within that blue uptrend. So the warning signs, obviously, don't get below the 30 weekly and that blue, there it is roughly, that blue support connection there, and all the way up to here. So yeah, that is basically it. You can clearly see it, you know, the trend change. Lower lows and lower highs, and then all of a sudden higher highs and higher lows. So hopefully that is just the name of the game, right? Our overall equal weighted ETF, same thing. This is where you have all the stocks mixed together, you know, for a bit more broader picture. Massive golden trend line broken right there late summer. No one was talking about that. We did, obviously, and that was just, we turned insanely bullish on most uranium miners at that point in time. Massive breakout in that blue wedge here, and then boom, blasting higher. 30 weekly is right here, beautiful stuff. And the funny thing is actually that, you know, most people got very bullish all the way over here, you know, roughly 4 months after it was confirmed, the uptrend. So as you can see here, very simple stuff. What defines an uptrend or a downtrend? A downtrend is lower lows and lower highs. Clearly, this is what you have here. And then you can see higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. So we just want to have a higher low here so we can keep grinding higher into that big resistance roughly at that high right there. Obviously, we also have resistance from back from 2018, but I would assume that that triangle high right there at 109.70 will be the big resistance. And we will, if we get there, we will have to do some sort of detour, you know, probably like a cup and handle play at that moment in time. Let's compare it to the spot price. Again, I think we will get hammered here. Also, the second failed breakout here, not ideal, and we will probably get a red candle again tomorrow, or that candle will get extended to the downside. Again, overall, when and this results to the upside, getting into a stage 2 incline, then that's when you see the miners really shine in relation to the beautiful uranium spot price. That is it, guys. Again, a red day tomorrow. Don't get glued to your screen. It will just be probably be, you know, a sea of red when looking at what happened to the miners today here in the, not here, I'm in Denmark obviously, but in the Canada and the US, you can see red across the board. So it is what it is. Short term, we could have some pain here, but guys, don't lose focus. As you know, we are still in mostly stage 2 inclines on the weekly, and until that is negated, I mean, I'm just sitting tight with whatever shares that I have of these beautiful uranium miners. Yeah, have a great day, guys. And yeah, if you have a ticker that you think should be added in here to these Australian miners, let me know in the comments below, guys. Yeah, have a great day, guys. Bye.